When it comes to debuts in the WWE, it doesn't literally get better than this. Penta just debuted on Monday Night Raw, and we got to talk about it because honestly, guys, this was absolutely incredible from start to finish. I really just don't think anything went wrong. I think WWE has created a new star here, and it's just tremendous to see this. I actually think it went even better than I expected, and that's why I just simply got to talk about it. So for those who missed it, Penta went one-on-one with Chad Gable tonight. It was the first match of the night on Raw on Netflix, and Penta has an amazing entrance, a great theme song. He's got the pyro and the flames, the Tron, the graphics, the attire. I mean, everything is packaged incredibly well. And that was like the first thing I was concerned with, because obviously in the WWE, we have seen people kind of get def rebelled. Like that's the thing that people often say. This was that particular situation when I was just genuinely shocked to see that they got it right. WWE got it right. They nailed it. That was one of my concerns. They absolutely delivered some incredible fire. But then it got time to the in-ring stuff. And of course, WWE is different than AEW and AAA and TNA. There's a WWE way of working, and I was concerned, what would Penta look like working a wrestling match in the WWE system? And I just got to give huge kudos to him and Chad Gable, because that right there was really, really good. Now, there's a couple things that I took away from this debut that I really want to talk about, and it really stems from the in-ring ability. In one moment of the match, it actually looked like Penta was kind of like, I don't know if I would say flustered or if he was botching or something, but maybe there was just like a little split second of where he was uncomfortable. Maybe the move didn't go correctly. But as soon as that happened, it just clicked, right? You got Chad Gable getting an offense, and I wanted to address this. If Chad Gable were to come in and get squashed, I think WWE would have done the absolute worst thing for Penta, because the idea of Penta coming in is to go in there, have a little bit of time to actually wrestle and show people what he can do. But most importantly, you don't want to do it at the cost of Chad Gable and his momentum. So Chad Gable, man, this guy gets some momentum, and he's working the knee of Penta, and Penta's doing a really good job of selling it. But then what actually was really cool about this was Penta is now in the match selling this idea that maybe he is legitimately hurt. And then he goes and does all this high flying stuff, and it's just like really, really clicked. There was actually a moment too where Penta hits a Mexican destroyer, and I swear to God, this move is so overdone in professional wrestling, right? And you see tons of great selling, right? But Chad Gable gets spiked on his head and just sells it like a beast, like a phenomenal way of selling the move. I genuinely couldn't believe this when I seen how good this match was. And I guess I didn't expect that, because I thought Penta would be extremely limited, but that wasn't the case at all. My second takeaway that I took from this match, which was really, really exciting to me, was the fact that commentary was really good. I didn't expect Michael Cole to talk about Penta's history. AAA, TNA, being a world champion, being in Lucha Underground and being a champion in Lucha Underground. This is unheard of. WWE, I don't remember a time where WWE has ever talked about Lucha Underground, and they used all of this as a way to introduce Penta to the WWE universe at home. But that's not what was important. Obviously, it's important for WWE and for the viewers at home, but what was really important was the fact that WWE kept hyping him up as a big deal throughout the match. And then to acknowledge his history, while at the same time, the crowd is going crazy. Like, this crowd is eating it up. Like, San Jose, props to you, because, man, you guys really brought that energy to this debut. Like, a great debut, a great match, a great presentation, right? But then you got to look at the crowd and think, damn, they really came through and made it feel bigger, especially with the Cero Miedo chants. And that was something that was really huge too. I mean, this crowd was going crazy. And the fact that Chad Gable got to wrestle in a way where he still looked good, but then also allowing Penta to look even better, it's like, that's what you want from a WWE superstar. And I don't think Chad Gable will get a lot of credit here, but Chad Gable being the guy to take the pin, to take the fall, you know, sometimes that sucks. Like, if I was in that kind of position, I would feel like, damn, bro, like, I got to put somebody over, right? But this was done in a way where both guys just looked so damn good while doing it, and the crowd was eating it up. And then really the third thing that I got to talk about, which I did not expect this from WWE, but it was the fact that they actually let Penta cut a promo after. And Penta cuts this promo after WWE's debut match. So he has this match. Jackie Redmond comes out, congratulates him. And then essentially Penta goes out there and he's speaking in English and in Spanish. And he's thanking the crowd. He leads them with a Cero Miedo chant. And he says that WWE is his new home, which is a big middle finger to AEW. But he says WWE is his new home. And you could just tell, like, this really clicked. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, Penta, 40 years old. It's not like he's some young rising star in the business, but like he's gone through so much in this business and he did some cool shit in AEW, but he never really got that like rub from the company in AEW. And WWE immediately put their stamp on him, you know, and you could just tell, like, even with the commentary, Pat McAfee, like, this is one of those signings that, like, it was the worst kept secret. But WWE wasn't trying to hide it. WWE is acknowledging the fact that so many people were talking about him and gossiping about him. And then for him to come out and claim that WWE is his new home and this was his dream and this was his wish, I mean, you just can't be any more excited than that. Like, that's what it was. I mean, you see his family crying in the crowd. You see the crowd going crazy. You literally captured all these moments on camera. And it's amazing because, listen, first impressions matter. And I said this before, like, they have only one chance to get it right. You cannot present somebody as a star and then they come out with some like really garbage music and terrible graphics. And no, WWE delivered something incredible. And I was actually shocked because historically WWE isn't too good at that. We're starting to see that change in the Triple H era, this Netflix era. And he also claims that this is a new era. He goes as far as saying this is the Penta era. Guys, give it to me. I want Braun Breaker versus Penta. I want Penta versus everybody, bro. I want Penta going for world titles. I want Penta going for all the gold. I want Penta going out there and having matches with Carmelo Hayes. I want him going out there and having these big time matches and these big time storylines. I want to see more and more and more. And shout out to WWE. They delivered something that I didn't think could be that great. And honestly, they overexceeded my expectations. Now, obviously, what's most important is how they follow up. But allowing Penta to get on the mic and create that hype and then lead everybody with the Cero Miedo chant, I mean, that's exactly what they needed. The crowd is bought in. The crowd is bought in. And I think that right there is a game changer for WWE. So this is really, really cool. Fantastic debut. Can't wait to see what happens next.